You know, living this prestigious life as a local TV star has its perks, and, you know, I would say I'm not the one to kiss and tell, but
We look at movies 5 years back and beyond. Today we're looking at the great... No cameras! I said no cameras in here! No cameras!
okay, yeah, we're done here. Yeah.
Okay, it was getting a little too Diane Sawyer. Hi, I'm Mason, and this is Cinema Rewind. We take a look at movies 5 years back and beyond. Today we're talking about the 2003 movie, A Mighty Wind. Directed and starring Christopher Guest. You probably recognize him from This Is Spinal Tap.
Yeah. The numbers all go to 11.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's one louder, isn't it?
With a star-studded cast of people you've barely heard of, this movie is in the documentary genre. Now, it's still fiction, so it's actually a mockumentary. You've seen the style, it's been run into the ground lately. The Office, Parks and Recreation, Modern Family, that awful Muppet reboot show.
Film the series in that crazy handheld documentary style and have cutaways to one-on-one interviews. Cut to interviews? I just hate that. I love it. Great device.
The plot.
Folk music manager and icon Irving Steinblum dies, and his family puts together a show in honor of him on a PBS-style network called PBN. They gather the three big acts from the now tired label, the Folksmen, a trio, Mitch and Mickey, a duo, and the new Main Street Singers, a neuf-tet, because 9.
And all of a sudden I heard it, the sound that I'd been thinking about. It was just, the harmonics were amazing, and I thought, well, there's 5 of us, there's 4 of them, it's a neuf-tet. And it was there, just in a moment, it was all there.
The Folksmen were real big at the beginning, but saw less notoriety and were put on a smaller label. Mitch and Mickey were the stars of the label. Things ended badly for them and they split, sending Mitch into a depression and Mickey into a mediocre life filled with catheters.
I'm in the bladder management industry. I sell catheters.
Well, this might
You
make
can have
good,
all sorts of problems.
Might make good dessert talk.
The duo had a famous song when they were in their prime called Kiss at the End of the Rainbow, where they kissed at the end. Very cute, but nerve-wracking to perform after 40 years. The new Main Street Singers were based off of the original Main Street Singers. They put the group back together with fans of the original group. They all start practicing and the cameras follow.
It wasn't retro then, but now to try a retro thing, it might just look kind of sad. I mean,
to do then now would be retro. To do then
Yeah.
was very nowtro,
yeah.
if you will.
They head to the concert hall where Steinblum's son is stressing over the details.
Exactly the way you... What's that? Those are lights hanging up there?
Yes, those are lights.
Could they fall?
And that's a ceiling above us.
But they look shaky.
No, they're not shaky. They're
It's
perfectly...
like that wire. I see a wire. I see it.
Ow!
The show goes great and revives some of the careers of the musicians.
The good stuff.
What I love about this movie is they go so in-depth with the characters for the comedy. One of those things that if you didn't know these were people playing parts, you wouldn't know that you were watching something fake. Even to go as far as to do interviews in character, and even do a tour in character playing shows all around. The jokes are very funny and subtle sometimes. I love comedy that doesn't play dumb. They know it's funny and they don't have to spoon feed it to you. The music is amazing. I grew up listening to this soundtrack. I went back and gave it a listen just recently and it's great. There are so many tracks in the soundtrack that aren't in the movie, and they're almost all originals written by the cast. Did I mention that the cast all played their own instruments? Yeah.
The pitfalls.
Sometimes I feel like their dedication to the characters is a little too much. This is a lot to sit through for a main character.
I've never been in better headspace. I'm writing poetry again. I'm going through a very
The jokes, while all very funny, are sometimes a little sparse. If you know anything about the 60s folk scene, this movie is very funny, but I feel like if you have little to no knowledge, it might not lend its hand to your sense of humor.
In conclusion, Take a cup of method comedy acting, sprinkle in fantastic music, and a dash of parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, and you've got a mighty wind. I'm Mason, I like movies, and I'll see you next time on